I'm not going to really talk about anything going on with my current jobs or anything. Things are going fine, but I am going to talk about the impact of the toxic job that I left and how it has affected other parts of my life. Now, I've already gotten a private apology. Okay, I've gotten a private apology for what happened in this situation. But I was speaking to my mother and she says, really, and she said exactly what I thought. If somebody cuts up, they don't just apologize in private, they need to publicly apologize in that place where they acted inappropriately. So what it gets down to is, I wasn't given enough time to speak about something. When you have a meeting, first of all, there has to be an agenda of what it is. And if you're coming to a meeting with a specific purpose, you need to state what that purpose is. And if people are going to be able to speak on the topic, or if you're deciding on something, each person that's in that meeting should have an equal amount of time to speak, okay? And one thing I was saying to my mom, she had it happen to her before, and she's like, no, you're not going to talk over me. So I talked to her about it, and she's like, you have to speak to that person. So I spoke to this person, and everybody had a chance to talk. And when it got to me, I asked a question, and I was immediately cut off. And then I tried to bring it up, and it was kind of like, well, let me see if everybody else agrees to what I just said. And everybody agreed. And I hadn't had a chance to really process it and make a decision. So the person said, well, everyone agrees. And I said, well, I haven't said I agreed yet. So there was like a vote. And it's like, now the people, they were looking at me dead in the mouth when I said I hadn't decided yet. So it was something that was impacting someone else. I can't get into all of it. What I'm going to say, what it looked like is everybody agreed to it but me. But it wasn't that I didn't disagree. I just wanted like one key question answered. And it was a simple question. And the person said that it wasn't relevant and they didn't really want to take up a lot of time. And what I said to the person was, well, all these different people got to speak. And when you got to me, I asked a question and I was immediately cut off. And they're like, I don't remember that. I said, I remember that. And there was people there. And to me, I really don't care if they remember it or not. And then they said, well, I thought that everyone agreed. I said that I hadn't decided on what it was. Well, I thought that everybody had said yes. I said, this person did a show of hands and did a vote. And everybody else had a time to speak and to have peace about their decision, but me. Okay. See, I'm at a point in my life where, and I did say to the person, like, why did I even come? Why did I even come? Well, we already had, like, everybody agreed. I said, it's not the point. They all had peace in their mind that they were making the right decision. They got to add, if they agreed or not. And plus there was things in there that was brought up. I just really, and also at the time, if you have a meeting and you want everyone to speak, everybody should have an equal amount of time to speak. I didn't even get like 1 minute, and there was people that spoke like 5 times as long as I did. I was completely dismissed. So I think that just kind of bothered me in the way that K through 12 job bothered me, is when we would be in meetings. Hang on. All right. The way that job bothered me was the way that meeting, the way it was, it bothered me in the same way that toxic K through 12 job bothered me. When I would bring things, it would immediately be dismissed. I didn't have a chance to get my questions answered. So it was taken as a no vote. I didn't vote no. I didn't vote yes. It was a majority by default. So what it meant was my vote didn't even matter anyway. So if they were already like that, why did I even show up? Why didn't why did I show up if my input wasn't equally appreciated? And that's what I said to that person. Why did I show up? I felt like just getting up and walking out of that place. I think after I talked to this person about it today, it came back up, okay? Bruh, okay? So it happened in front of people, and I said to the person, you made me lose face. I could have been at home hanging out with my family, being with my grandchild. So all of that, all of this stuff like that, I know that K through 12 toxic job, it'll come up every now and then. I'm definitely going to have to, I'm going to speak to the therapist, and I wrote it down in my journal book. And I think when I have the meetup, when I have the sister connection meetup, I'm definitely going to bring that up. I'm not going to be anywhere where my input is not appreciated or wanted. And so it almost made me not want to be part. And if you know me and you're feeling nosy and stuff about what it is, don't be concerned about what it is. Focus on the message, which is I'm not going to be anywhere that I'm not appreciated and I'm disrespected. It actually really messed me up. And for a brief minute, I thought about leaving and not even being there anymore. I could be doing a lot more other things that I actually want to do. And I didn't want to be there already because it was during the week. And it was a meeting that I like my free time. I like to have a bedtime routine so I can, do my skincare and take a shower, eat healthy. But yeah, the toxic jobs, it'll be stuff like that. And I don't like it when people dismiss my valid concerns. And thankfully, my mom validated me. She was a truth teller. She was definitely a truth teller. After I talked to her and said, no, this was wrong. What you did was wrong. You made me lose face up in front of the group. I've lost face enough in groups. So if we have this, I'm probably going to bring this up and say, look I've already had an experience when I was at that K through 12 job when my input was not appreciated. And if people go, well, this doesn't have anything, this is a nonprofit. No, it relates to me. And you should take that into consideration, not just because of the nonprofit mission, but just for the pure decency of me as a person. I didn't get a chance to process it and give a yes or a no based on my heart being clear. You all had enough people, so what you're saying is it really didn't matter. You already had a majority vote. Even if I would have said no, at least I would have had a sense of, that I was making a good decision. So no, my opinion didn't matter in that situation. And that was apparent. So either, if that happens again, I'm going to respond. And people may not like it there, or I'll just get up and walk out, or I'll just say do you even want me here? I'm not going to be in a situation where I'm being disrespected. I just can't tolerate it anymore. I almost feel like I don't even want to be over there until I get a proper apology in front of the other people. So I'm really going to decide. I may just need to take a break from that for a while. And people well, don't give the devil room. Forget that. I'm just not going to be disrespected for anybody or for anybody else's vision. And people take your kindness for weakness. There was like one, two, three, four men in there. And when a man speaks to a woman a certain way, the other men will get under the impression that that's okay. It starts off verbal, and if they get the impression that they could do that to you, that person set an example of how it is for a man to treat another woman. I'm not going to tolerate that, and I don't care who the person is. That's all the stuff that was coming up that I held and suppressed. I am tired of holding and suppressing things. I'm not holding and suppressing anything anymore. That's why the job I'm at is a healthy work environment where I'm working. But if it were to ever get any of those jobs were to ever get toxic, I would be out of there so fast and find something else to do. So that includes anything. If it's a social club, if it's a homeowners association, if it's a church, if it's a nonprofit space, if it was a sorority or a fraternity, anything that's toxic, I don't want any parts of it. I got pushed a little bit too much this time. It's a good thing I'm a Christian. I probably would have cussed that person out. Okay, so that's it. I'm so glad we had this time together to talk. I don't want you to think everything's perfect, okay? But remember, if you get mad at the job, keep your cool and do your exit strategy. I know what it's like to be mad at people, okay? And have to be quiet. It's not a good feeling. But if you got an exit plan, just keep your cool. Okay, let me go in here and get on the treadmill. Welcome, I'm Danielle. I'm a semi-retired nurse. I'm currently working in public health, hospital nursing, doing CPR training. I also work in retail, and I have an LLC. And speaking of the retail, I will be working at the retail tomorrow. I got this dress over there, but I'm using it as a shirt, okay? And it's supposed to be like V-neck, but I turned it backwards because no, we're not going to be showing all that. No. So then, because of the way it's cut, I needed something to kind of lengthen it, so I put this black over it. I need to get some other colors of the cardigan. I have some periorbital dermatitis, and I decided to call the dermatologist to get either virtual or in person, and they said, well, I know this is last minute, but we do have a 9:30. So I said, you know what? Let me get my clothes on and get on over there. It's just like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna get on this freeway that goes straight, and there's this one particular street, and I drive up, and you have to drive up this street real careful. And so yeah. Best just to get over here. Let's just try to. I don't really like riding in this lane, but Father, just get past 285. There's 285 right there. And then I'm going to take the first exit here. those clouds. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm on a detour right now. Oh my God. Well, I just got out of the doctor's office. And what the doctor said was it is periorbital dermatitis, and the doctor's going to prescribe some low-dose doxycycline to clear it up. And I did bring up about the could mint or fluoride or cinnamon be a triggering factor. He said the main thing was previous or current use of cortisone. I brought all my medications. I hadn't been putting any on my skin, but there was something where I had a flare up in my ears, and that was some cortisone, but it was very brief, and it was just on the inside of my ears to clear things up. Also, I had this stuff going on in my nail beds while when I was washing my hands a lot during the public health event, and I really haven't used it in the nail bed since, and also up under my arms. But they were specifically asking on the face, and I haven't put anything on my face, and I wash my hands real well, so I'm just doing my best to eliminate all of the hi, how are you doing? I'm doing my best to eliminate all of the cortisone and everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with, do what the doctor says. And also the other thing with periorbital dermatitis is if you're in menopause, the hormones can also affect things. I really like this dermatology practice. Let me hurry up so I don't get a copyright flag. Just a minute. That's what's going on with the skin. So I'll be looking for that doxycycline refill. The doctor's kind of dismissive of all the things that I mentioned, but I'll go ahead and I'll keep doing the fluoride-free toothpaste. And yeah. We're getting ready to pass one of the major children's hospital. Let's see. Yeah. It's coming up. They've done a little bit of building around here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in the frame. Yep, you can see it. It's far right, right not by the clouds. Yep, you can definitely see it. And it's a big old sign here that says children. So, of course, that would make sense for there to be an ambulance. Let's see if I can lean it this way so you can kind of catch it a little bit as we go by. You can see it if you're looking at the camera, and like that building right in front of the this ambulance right here. All right, here we go. See if we can get a better glimpse of it with the ambulance. Yeah, you can see it right there. That shiny building, that is the new Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Yes, it is. Look like they're getting ready to build a McDonald's right next to there. So, yep, that is the building. It is huge. let's see, is this it right here? I think so. Yep. Now this is where the oh, they're building up around here. Okay, I'm gonna actually drive around here. Some building around here. They're talking about they're remodeling this place. Okay. Yeah, this is a parking lot that I went through quite a bit. I mean, I'm not a vindictive person. I don't have any ill will towards any of the people. Now, it's not like I'm going to be saying, oh, it's water under the bridge. I need to have compassion on them. No, I don't need to. When people do bad things, I don't need to have compassion on them. Don't care. Okay? Don't care. So, oh, well, they need the prayers more than you. There's a young lady, a woman that said that. And I said, you know what? I'll pray for the bad actors. Pray that God bless them so well that I never have to ever see them again. Bless them so they're nowhere I ever go. So I don't ever want to see any of them again. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am with that. But I'm coming through this area. It's not necessarily, other than me having a few brief conversation like this, it's not really like triggering as it used to be when I would come through here. So that's definitely a good thing, because what that means is I could come over here and travel over here and enjoy it and know that I did a great job when I was there. And it was, this one clinic assistant said to me, first of all, she referred to Dark Triad as an ingrate and sent me some encouraging Bible scriptures, and then also sent me a text message or something, gave me a letter of support, and also sent me a text message saying thank you so much for your sacrifices. The school system sent me a letter saying thank you for your service, but no, thank you for your sacrifices.